Thanks to all speakers. And now we shall conclude with your presentation. One team will present on procurement, another on distribution. Please be ready. If you require computer, you may go to my chamber and use my computer if you require. For 15 minutes will be given for this purpose. By that time, please complete the evaluation form and hand it over to me. And we have not received so many profiles, personal profiles that was given in the first half yesterday. Profile, personal profile, name, designation, etc. We have not received yet from some participants. Pardon me? Okay. আমি নামগুলো দিচ্ছি. We have not received profile from Anand Chakraborty, Pradeep Kumar Bhattacharya. Huh? Oh, tai? Okay, okay. কে সাধু খান? অনেকেই পেয়েছে, আবার অনেকে পাইনি।
Honorable faculty members, honorable course director, and honorable participants. Participants have asked me to deliver something on behalf of the state of West Bengal and the response of the participants in respect to the lectures offered by the honorable guest faculty. All the participants have come to the conclusion that particularly officers of the connected with food and supplies department have come to the conclusion that all the lectures offered by the guest faculties are immensely relevant, useful, and may be implemented by the officers down to the district level. There is no doubt about it. Particularly, we should be indebted to the Mr. Somsekaran, who has shared knowledge with us. For the last 5 or 6 years, Chhattisgarh has done a very good job in terms of PDS management, in terms of transparency, and we would be looking forward for further interaction with him. Mr. Somsekaran, I think we should meet in immediate future. We will be happy to invite you on a particular occasion. Just after the return to the department, we will be sharing the thought process offered by you, and we would be very much helpful in terms of PDS reforms, which we are going to implement in 1 or 2 years. In terms of the orders of the Honorable Supreme Court of India as on September 9, 2011. We have also been enriched by the faculty members connected with CFTRI. Earlier, we were under the impression that CFTRI deals with only the machines and something like that. It is not connected with the normal implementing agencies of the department, they have just set all doubts in at rest, and we are hopeful to interact with them in future, particularly in terms of rice milling industries in West Bengal. There are immense potential of modernization of rice mills, and we think that it is time to modernize all the rice mills, particularly at the standards of Punjab, Haryana, and some other forward-looking states who have done a very good job in terms of rice production to the world standards. We are also we have also been enriched by the very information shared by Mr. Subhash Jalu, who has given us a total picture of the functioning of the FCA. Mr. Singh, who is the CEO of Raitu Bazaar, has given us a very important thought-provoking session, and particularly at a time just before Puja, when the commodities of perishable commodities are very volatile in market, and our Honorable CM is particularly interested in weekly monitoring of those schemes. We are hopeful that Raitu Bazaar type of schemes will be implemented in West Bengal. Already we have started it in a different fashion, and it is time that Agriculture Marketing Department should be enriched with the Raitu Bazaar scheme of things. Now, it is for us as Mr. Chakravarti from Hyderabad and Mr. Srinivasan, Mr. Somarusekharan from other states, and the participants from Assam, and I think other states also. Other states have also come here. What we have done, we have offered so much praises on you. We have also done something that may not be very remarkable in terms of what we expected, but we still have done something. There are some more points. Just at the tables, there are some brilliant officers who have done wonderful things in terms of future planning. Right on my table, just in front of me, there is Mr. Pradeep Bhattacharya, who has taken the pledge of creating 9.30 lakh storage ton capacity within a period of 2 years. He has taken it a mission mode project. He is doing it silently. Perhaps our officers are not aware of it. He is doing it silently. I am looking forward so that he can deliver some schemes by which he is going to create 9.30 lakh empty storage capacity within a period of 2 years is not a matter of joke. The department has entrusted this task on him. He, along with Agriculture Department, NAFED, NABARD, other agencies, is implementing it. At the PDS level, pardon Mr. Somasekharan, there are some officers right in this station who is managing food department, who is managing food administration for 40 lakh people. Here I am seeing 2 or 3 faces who at this particular point of time is managing at the micro level 40 lakh people with less complaint. How this has happened? Our present government, just after taking over the charge, has just taken some simple decisions. You know the left-wing extremists of Jungle Mahal areas, they were unreachable at one particular time. Within 5 days of taking oath, our Honorable CM took a decision just to give 2 rupees kg a rice to all the people living whose income is below 56,000 to them. How much people were covered? 19.60. There were people island affected areas. There were people in hill areas where the present agitation is going on. There were people in closed tea gardens. All these schemes were taken for a population of 39.70 lakh people, for which we are now paying a subsidy of 675 crores. But that is not the end of the story. Subsidy is a political reality of modern India. It will go on in one form or other. One will give bicycle, another will give something, tablet. That is not all. We are trying to streamline the PDS in strict compliance of the Honorable Supreme Court of all India's directions. And it will not be implemented within a period of 1 or 2 years. It is a long drawn process. We have just started. We have started call center. We have started SMS facility. We have started color coding vehicles. We have started so many innovative schemes, the result of which will be visible in near future. However, we are not satisfied. We want to do something more. We want to learn something, best practices from other states, and Chhattisgarh may need the as it has become already a role model. We are going to implement some of the good practices of Chhattisgarh. We are going to take some of the good initiatives taken by Secretary. With all the good works done by different strata of Indian economy, I am confident that India will emerge as one of the most developed countries within a period of 20 years. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Ananda Mohan Chakraborty, Additional Secretary, Food and Supplies Department. We are very pleased that the officers of Food and Supplies Department will consider the presentation made here. And now I request Sri Pradeep Bhattacharya, Director of Storage, to say something on procurement, etc.
Distinguished faculty members, Honorable Additional Director General, Valedictory and Course Director, and my friends. This is a very important session. We are attending session since yesterday, and we have learned a lot which could be made applicable in our day-to-day activities so far as our profession is concerned. Now let me tell you about a little something about the procurement activities in our state. Actually, prior to 2011, procurement activity, we could not make very significant headway towards achieving our target because of lack of storage space. Storage space is even there today, but there is a ray of hope of building up adequate storage infrastructure in this state. How we have achieved it, or how could we dream about it? You see, West Bengal is a very good rice procuring, paddy producing state. And now we are self-sufficient so far our requirement of rice is concerned. We are not to depend on others. Rather, we are in a position to export to other countries provided adequate infrastructure is built suitably. Prior to 2011, we have only 40,000 empty storage capacity. During these 2 years, we have enhanced it to 65,000 empty capacity. My colleague Mr. Anandamohan Chakraborty just told that we are going to enhance it to 9 lakh empty capacity within a period of 2 years or so. I am not so optimistic. Actually, there is planning. We have made plan. How the plan has been made. Now let me explain it to you. One thing he has rightly pointed out, some of our colleagues even do not know how we are working. Actually, we are not known of the various schemes of building storage warehouses to be financed by various project schemes like RKVY, that is Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, RIDF, that is Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, and PEG. About PEG, FCI officers have pointed out, that is Private Entrepreneurship Guarantee Scheme. I will come to that later on. Under RIDF 19 scheme, we have already started construction of 30 godowns, each of capacity 5,000 metric ton in 26 locations. That is, and which are expected to be completed by 31st March 2014. And you will be delighted to know that by the end of 2014, we are going to construct another 1,45,000 metric ton capacity. All these are being financed by NABARD. Of course, loan assistance program. That is on the basis of loan assistance program. 95% fund is provided by NABARD and 5% by the state government. We have also entered into RKVY scheme. With a small amount of fund available, we are going to utilize it properly for building of storage warehouses in, say, Kasipur, in Shalimar of Howrah, to the tune of 40,000 metric ton. And under RIDF 19, we are going to building storage infrastructure for paddy only, for storage of paddy only. What purpose does it serve? How does it come to cover the procurement operation? You see, for want of storage space, sometimes it happens that the actual farmers were traversing a long distance for carrying their produce to the camps organized by your procuring agencies find it difficult to dispose of their stock on the day they are carrying the stocks. Because of storage space, availability, non-availability of storage space. Now, under RIDF 19, we have already identified 151 blocks where we can build up paddy storage center only, with capacity ranging from 1000 metric ton to 3000 metric ton. Now just think of it. If land is available, we have got land. We have got land thanks to Agriculture Department. They have offered land for construction of such godowns in 64 locations. For about 97 locations, we have to get land from district magistrate, respective district magistrate. We have approached, we are getting response. I think it may take some time. Our process is continuing. Our process is, we have identified our process of ensuring availability of land is also on. Under Private Entrepreneurship Guarantee Scheme, which is a scheme launched by the Government of India. It provides guarantee for assured hiring for a period of at least 9 years. At an agreed rent, we have to take godown from private investors. They build their godown on a land selected by, offered by them and approved by us. We are already constructing 2 such godowns having capacity 30,000 metric ton for East Midnapur district. For 3,23,000 metric ton capacity build up under PEG scheme, we have advertised inviting 2 tenders from the prospective bidders. 23rd August is the last date for receiving their tender documents. And we expect to get a good response. This, of course, it is the second time tender we are floating. Response is not so much as we are expecting. Still, our process is on. So, this is the field of building up of storage warehouses across the state in several locations. Our requirement of rice, actually it is a rice producing state, as you know. We are not lagging behind in procurement of wheat also. In some of the areas we are producing wheat, or farmers are producing wheat. Our food habits are gradually finding a shift. That's why farmers are getting interest in producing wheat also. This year, previous year, actually our potentiality was there, but we could not utilize our potential to the full extent. However, we could procure only, say, 1,500 metric ton wheat. This year, we have set a target of 20,000 metric ton for procurement of wheat. Our annual requirement for maintaining PDS is roughly 13,000 metric ton of rice. 13 lakh metric ton. And actually, we have set our procurement target during the current KMS at 22 lakh metric ton. By this time, we have already procured 16 lakh metric ton. We think we will be able to achieve our target. During the last year, the target was 20 lakh metric ton and we achieved. Now, what about the balance which is left after meeting the requirement, PDS requirement? The balance is the balance caters to the need of serving to the interest of that little kid who are going to schools. That is scheme of that midday meal scheme. That is rice procured by our state also meets the requirement of midday meal schemes. And we think soon, if we can sustain our efforts in building storage warehouses, we can manage, if we can manage a flow of fund for procurement activity in a more sound manner, we will be able to raise our level of procurement operation, which will be envious for all other states in India. Thank you.
Thanks to Sri Pradeep Bhattacharya. Short sentence, please.
All my regardable seniors and dear friends, विगत 2 दिनों से हम लोग इस वर्कशॉप में प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त कर रहे थे और हमारे जो रिनाउंड ऑफिसर्स, मैं ये कहूँ स्पीकर, सॉरी, जो अपना स्पीच दे रहे थे डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट पर, हम लोग उससे काफी लाभान्वित हुए हैं। खासकर छत्तीसगढ़ से आए हुए हमारे जो स्पीकर्स हैं, मैं उनका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छे ढंग से वहाँ के सिस्टम के बारे में, पीडीएस डिलीवरी सिस्टम के बारे में, प्रोक्योरमेंट के बारे में हम लोगों से काफी नॉलेज शेयर किए। हमारे जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं काफी धैर्यपूर्वक सही ढंग से उन्होंने सभी जानकारियां प्राप्त की, काफी क्वेश्चन भी हुए और हमारे स्पीकर्स उन्हें सेटिस्फाइड किए। तो मैं ये समझ रहा हूँ कि ये आज 2 दिनों का जो वर्कशॉप रहा है, ये हम लोगों के लिए फ्यूचर में सर्विस लाइफ में काफी फ्रूटफुल होगा। तहे दिल से मैं एक बार आप सबों को धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा। धन्यवाद।
Thanks, Mr. Adut Narayan Jha, District Supply Officer of Giridih. And now we request any officer from Food and Food Processing Department. Please.
Honorable members present here, I am Process Development Officer and I am attending this session from yesterday, and I found that this course is very much relevant and useful for us, and the information shared by the speakers are very much useful, and I was there was not much knowledge about the PDS system because we are not from the department, but although we are not from the department, but we have gained much more knowledge on that system. And about the food processing part, I found it quite interesting because I am from that area, and so I think this type of courses can help us again in the near future. On food processing, I would like to arrange I would request to arrange such type of courses where the innovative process and the technologies on food processing will be conducted. Thank you.
Thanks to Kaveri Reed, Food Processing Officer for her feedback. Now our workshop portion has been concluded, and now we may go for the certification, and I will request sirs to come. Dr. Panisha for his address to the participants, concluding address for the participants.
Dr. Burks, Additional Director General of the ATI West Bengal, distinguished resource persons who came from different parts of the country, Mr. Kamra, and friends from participants who came from a number of states. I am very happy that this two-day workshop which we facilitated has substantially met the objective for which we have tried our best to bring in speakers from different parts of the country. As you would have noticed, we have brought representatives from 3-4 areas, and I am happy to note and see from your very interactive sessions that you have been able to derive the maximum benefit out of these presentations. We have also given you a questionnaire which will set out and tell us as to what you expect from this workshop and what you want us to do further in replicating or institutionalizing these procedures. We will certainly go through the feedback and see how best we can be of help to you. As I have already pointed out, you may in West Bengal like to kindly see whether some of these practices can be institutionalized in courses which deal with vocational education, either at the +2 stage or at the polytechnics, etc., particularly relating to rice milling, food processing, etc., storage. While they may not directly work in the rice mills, they can be some kind of a technically qualified personnel who would help the storage, rice milling, food processing, etc. It's certainly worthwhile examining this, and I would like to commend that for your consideration. If in the process you need some capacity building of officers, you want further interactions to be set up between these institutions and the government departments or organizations, we can certainly do so through the video conferencing method. We have, I'm sure, video conferencing facilities in all the district headquarters. We can make use of those facilities and set up those meetings, probably given a time of about a week or 10 days. NIC has an excellent infrastructure there. Staff are very cooperative, and we would set up maybe 2 to 3 hour sessions with any state government organization or institution which aims to institutionalize some of these practices. A lot of capacity building of entrepreneurs, farmers, and officers and employees within the system is needed, and I'm sure this will be the first of the series of steps. We are also negotiating or discussing with the CFTRI and other institutions as to whether we could convene workshops involving a number of states, including the farmers' representatives, entrepreneurs, at regular intervals, so that this knowledge dissemination can take further, and good NGO organizations who are doing good work in the field. So I am very happy that the state of West Bengal, particularly the Director General Mr. Chanda and the Additional Director General Mr. Watts, Dr. Watts, have taken a lot of pains in organizing this workshop. I am also happy that we have signed an MOU with the ATI West Bengal, and all my praise to Mr. Kanha, who has been very, very diligently following up the proceedings, facilitated the workshop, established contacts between different officers and institutions. And I'm sure the second program that we would be doing in association with the ATI, we will try to improve upon, and whatever deficiencies, if you have noticed any, we will try to address the concerns and see that we make these programs very meaningful. Thank you very much, sir, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thanks, sir. Now I request our Additional Director General, Dr. R.K. Botstein, for delivering valedictory session.
It's my privilege to deliver this valedictory address to you. I consider this workshop as a milestone journey of ATI for imparting training, especially so when CIPS is involved in this kind of training. There were large efforts for this workshop, and I find the effort has been rewarded in a way that all of you are seemingly satisfied with the course content and going back home with your expectations fulfilled. But one thing comes to my mind that several times since yesterday I have been hearing a word. The word is Chhattisgarh. So I wonder whether I should mention it or not. Whether I should use the word Bahattargarh for our state or 360Garh or whatever garh, but it's just not comparable. Chhattisgarh is only 8 years old, 12 years old state, carved out of Madhya Pradesh, which again is nowhere near population in West Bengal. Combined population of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, or erstwhile Madhya Pradesh, is less than about 2/3 of our population. Our population is 9 crore 30 lakhs. I think that was in 2011 census. Right now it would have crossed 10 crores, which is more than population of about 120 crores, if I am not incorrect. Population of West Bengal, Mr. Chakpani, is more than the population of most of the countries. I think 100 countries of United Nations. And population of Midnapur, which was not divided, it was divided only in 2000, 2001 also. Last, when I was in district posting, my friend Mohan was posted at Midnapur, and Rao was the last person. After that, he still left. Rao was the last person. Rao had charged in larger days, 2001-2. Then it was divided. Undivided Mednipur district of West Bengal had more population than most of the states of India. Most of the states. And from Mednipur, I remember 7 MPs used to be elected. 7. The entire northeast population of this country does not contribute so many MPs. So there is nothing to be proud of. We have inherited this. It's not that we are very happy and we are very proud of large population and large size. It is only to illustrate that we are also having the problems. Large people means large problems. And especially when you deal with the subject called food. Food means food is individual specific. Road is not individual specific. If you build a road, it will be traveled by so many persons. Whether they don't belong to the area, and you won't count how many persons will use that road. But when you distribute food, you have to make sure that each and everybody on their ration card is given the amount of food as per the scale indicated in that ration card. So the problem is also big. Nevertheless, we have very successfully tackled the problem. In fact, there is no real problem. How many of you agree that there is no real problem? All these are artificial problems, whatever we are discussing. I would expect most of you to agree. Because most of you are of the age group of my age group. Most of you will retire, I think, in the next 10 years. Or maybe 2-3 years or so. Why I am saying so is because you people have seen it all. You people would have seen the time of PL 40, red colored PL 40. Do you remember? paid for it. It used to be imported from US. And most of you, if you have the interest in current affairs, you must be happy because you all of you came through a examination, all of you are senior government officers. There used to be something called green revolution. Green revolution happened before my eyes. I am not so old, but yet it happened before my eyes. I remember Dr. Norman Borlaug, he received Nobel Prize for green revolution, and how it was replicated to agriculture industries in my state and in this state. Vilan was established under that period only. So things have happened, it's not that. Why I say there is no real problem? Because we have come far, far ahead of those problems when the food was actually short, and short food was to be distributed. Quantity was short, and that short food was to be distributed equally and sufficiently to everybody. Now at least there is no shortage of food. Is there shortage of food? No. What we are discussing since yesterday is not shortage of food. We are discussing yesterday storage of food. How to distribute that available food efficiently so that everybody gets equal. Everybody gets equal, sufficient, and at the most reasonable price, which he can afford. All these systems of government are like that only. So we have come a long way really. I don't know whether people will agree or not. Those days, most of things, in early days, I would say in the early 70s, even up to mid-80s, till this effects of green revolution was actually realized, things were actually rationed, open market things were beyond elimination. Now most of things are available in open market, and people, affluent people, don't have this ration cards itself. What to say of the uptake? They don't have ration cards nowadays. So there is no real problem. The problem is artificial problem. Problem of plenty. Problem of now the real problem is to distribute, to make available to everyone, to make available at appropriate time, to allow and to avoid wastage. These are the real problems. Food Department of Government of West Bengal, as the departments of the government, has also woken up to the challenges, and I don't know whether, especially for the benefit of our friends from other states, all of you know, most of you know, I just want to narrate what has been done to solve this kind of problem recently by our government. The information technology has really been very useful in tackling the problem. What is being done is digitization of ration cards. Ration cards are being digitized. Are you aware of this? You people certainly will be aware from the department, but from others. In West Bengal also, ration cards are digitized and sanitized with NPR and SECC. NPR is National Population Register. Supply chain management is being computerized. Transparency portal has been set up. Actually, in fact, before coming to this session, I actually checked from the website of Government of West Bengal, www.gov, and actually press the button called your grievances, public grievances. I checked whether it works or not. And also I made a phone call to your number, toll-free helpline number, 1800-345-5505.
You checked it, sir? Toll-free number.
Toll-free number. I checked my numbers also. I checked 1069, I checked departmental site of ATA also, and everything is concerned with the government. I also checked West Bengal government team and also Bangla book. There are so many discrepancies Bangla book which will take up separately with the IT department. Many information were yet to be updated. This is the things. But anyway, it's very easy to say and expect from other people. But do unto yourself what you want from others. Bertrand Russell had told this. So I do it first for myself, then before I ask others to do. Transparency portal has been set up, and there is advanced redressal mechanism. What is being done? Just if you take 5 minutes for others, for benefit of others, what West Bengal is doing. This might not have been covered by last 2 days. Last 2 days was it covered? No. These are also kind of innovations and practices. The field level operation for distribution of ration card is going to start from 1st of October. There will be 2 rounds. Each round will be of 30 days. They will capture the data related to that. After the primary level matching, information related to ration cards such as ration card number, type of ration card will be captured. Then this will be uploaded in server of Food and Supplies Department. At block level, the checking of printout will be done at the block level. After verification, corrected layout will be displayed for the further checking and verification. For mopping up operation of leftover pieces, second round will be done, and this will be operational from 1st February next year. Digitization card. Not only this, the supply chain management. You know the present system. So for benefit of others, I can tell what is going to happen. The allocation orders will be issued online. Now they are manual. Indent for food grain will be generated electronically. Distributors will deposit their funds using electronic fund transfer mechanism. After receiving the confirmation regarding receiving the food from distributor, DCFNS will issue delivery order to distributor online. The distributor will upload uplifting and distribution related data to server. And SMS gateway integrated with transparency portal will fire the SMS containing data of lifting and distribution of food grain to some prominent persons like SDO, BDO, teachers.
Sir, it is already being done.
It is being done.
Yes, sir.
It will formalize. It will be done everywhere to consolidate it. And what will be done to fair price shops? All the fair price shops will be issued barcoded ration card replacing the existing ones. This free fair pricing shops will be supplied with tablet PC with barcoded reader. Barcode reader. You know, you must have received some goods from departmental stores. Their barcodes and their barcode readers, red light, infrared light. The tablet PC will also have SIM enabling service, like our mobiles. Citizens will be able to present the barcoded card either to this local shop or to any other shop. If citizen opts for getting the entitlement from any other shop, the FPS dealer will connect it to single servers and will debit from his allocation after authentication. And he will get his food grain from any fair price shop of his choice. These are things which are actually happening in West Bengal. So there were some problems which are being tackled very efficiently, I may say, for the benefit of those who don't know. But for our own benefit, I can only tell you that there is no dearth of funds. Why there is no dearth of funds? Partly because, unfortunately, so far, we have not habit of spending the money. So we don't send utilization certificates to central government. Now, most of the schemes are central funded schemes, and as you know, in government service, unless you submit UC and CC of the earlier allotments, you don't get the next allotment. So there is only temporary problem till you submit and utilize earlier allotments. But overall, there is no problem in either of the sector. The state government is supporting these things. Now, where does this take us to? All this description, where does this take us to? It takes us to our role. What we can do, how we can do. Each and everybody of us can innovate. Even those who have left only with one month of service or 2 months of service, or maybe last year of service, even those can contribute. Everyone can innovate. There is no age limit for thinking. There is no age limit for imagination. So many things. I recall you were with me at Navi IB. No. South India. There, I remember, those days, there used to be, in 1998, there used to be complaint of reading and complaint of, bogus counting. During counting of votes. Those days were of paper ballot.
Yes.
All of you have been associated with the election. All of you know the election process very well. So counting, there used to be a lot of complaint that votes have been wrongly counted. They have been mixed with one candidate's vote, have been mixed with another candidate, etc., etc., etc. And all of you know very well. There were allegations of rigging. In fact, there was a term called Rig Veda those days. His Rig Veda contains all the doctrines, how the things were done at that point of time. To check it, I did a very small thing. Like this is a counting hall, there are counting tables. I just installed a video camera just like this projector. That this will capture each and everything, but will actually not see the votes, which candidate has got their vote, but will have an eye on everybody. This simple thing alerted the counting people so much that there was no problem. Everybody was looking towards camera while counting the votes that he is doing the right thing, not the wrong thing. Later on, to my surprise and satisfaction, I found that the same practice was done everywhere else also. And nowadays, in booths, voting booths, they are voting video camera. So this is how a practice starts. And once you do a right thing, you repeat a right thing, things become your habit. Your habit ultimately becomes your practice. And if this is a good habit, this is a good practice. If this is a best habit, this becomes a best practice. This is how we can adopt our best practices. There is scope for innovation. Things which we do, things which we are habituated to do, within the overall availability of fund, within government rules, within the restrictive laws, which we say nothing can be done in government. Even within those rules, conduct rules, your service rules, your departmental rules, much can be done. Much can be done. It only involves thinking. You know, you must have heard the example of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu primary education is very, very, very popular. Literacy rates are very, very high, especially female literacy rates. One. It's not today, it's decades old. So one study was conducted in Tamil Nadu. So what is the real reason of female literacy? Midday meal scheme. And more than that, before midday meal scheme was started, there was an idea in minds of teachers that best way to attract girl child into primary school and retain him in the secondary school is to provide toilet. Why girls were not sent to schools is that there was no toilet. Boys can go anywhere. There is not a good habit, but they used to go anywhere. But there was no provision of toilet for girls in the school. Therefore, enrollment of the students in primary schools was less. One particularly right person took this idea, provided a toilet, is as simple thing as toilet, which cost at that point of time 10,000 to 15,000 rupees. Even today it doesn't cost much more than that in villages. And this enhanced the female literacy to such high level. Very simple thing. The only thing is idea. Another, I would just like to know how idea comes. You would have seen and eaten also ice cream. Ice cream comes in cone. There is a cone which we eat with the ice cream. Is anybody aware how that cone was invented? In which factory? It's a very interesting story how the inventions take place. One day that ice cream manufacturer who was manufacturing ice cream in USA, he had a chain of ice cream parlors. They used to give cups. And cups were thrown away by the customers after eating ice cream. So there used to be a heap of used cups, like we have a heap of used paper cups after we have a tea session. We have a person to remove those. They used to be, after the parlors, there used to be a heap of used ice cream cups. Now, private people are very, very conscious of their profit. So keeping a person, that too in USA, for cleaning job, after the ice cream parlor is closed, maintaining a clean team, as per their municipal standards, was a very costly affair. It was desirable, but it was very costly. So spending about $500 per day on ice cream parlor, while it gives you profit of only $600, what to do? So one day all those persons, managers of that company, had a brainstorm conversation. What to do? How to reduce the cost of cleaning of the ice cream parlors? The persons, like old person, like I am also old, most of you are also old, they also have the ideas, they also think like brain does never get old. Instantly skin gets old, skin gets wrinkles, our speed becomes slow, digestion becomes slow, eyesight also becomes slow, but brain never becomes slow, never. Brain remains active till the last day. So brain is always at the its peak. So one old fellow, old person who was associated with company, and everybody thought he's useless person, he must be thrown out, he's a burden to company. He just after end of meeting said, why don't eat the damn thing? Why don't eat the damn thing? That gave the idea to engineers. Why don't you make cup of the thing which can be eaten? So then company engineers came up with the idea of making the cup with corn. dried corn, which can be eaten along with ice cream, and therefore obviating and avoiding the use of that cup which was to be cleaned up, and ultimately saving the cost of cleaning of the premises. And that is everything. So that's how need is the mother of invention. That's how the things are really innovated. But there is only one thing. I have given you very good examples of bad practices, good practices, bad practices, and innovations. But only one thing. One must be aware of. That is the problem of the pioneer. Anybody who is pioneer faces some resistance. The old equation of physics, anybody who is in respect of physics knows that is something called momentum. Moment of inertia. Moment of inertia and it is highest. So first gear, when you put your car or scooter in first gear, it consumes maximum energy. But from taking from first gear to second gear, it doesn't use much of energy. And from third gear to fourth gear doesn't use any energy at all. In fact, it releases energy. It's a free wheel which is spinning at the highest RPM. It allows to be used at the highest. So the thing is this, there will be resistance. There will be problems if you innovate, if you do the thing for the first time. But believe me, for the second time or third time, and all those who follow, for them it will become a practice. Now I will not take much of your time, it's already around 6. So many things to tell you, such as the audience, but still I will close up telling one story. How the things happen, how the things innovate. The king of, in olden days there used to be queens and kings. Now there are presidents and prime ministers. There used to be kings and queens. So king of Great Britain visited king of Russia at that point of time, about 30-40 years ago, before Russian Revolution. So he found that they were having evening tea, afternoon tea, at 4 or 5 o'clock. It was bright sunny day, no problem. Russia is a very cold country, but having a bright sunny evening is an enjoyable and pleasing atmosphere. But they were not happy seeing a Russian soldier standing just nearby. They were very irritated. And two kings or queens talk, but the business soldier has to stand there. But they couldn't say anything because in front of guest. King could not say anything for guest. Why? After all, it is his soldier. If it was useless, why he was standing for the first time? He didn't say anything. But after the guest left, he asked his police chief, why the soldier was kept standing when I was having tea with the King of England. So he could not say anything. He said, I will find out, let you know. The standard bureaucratic phrase, I will find out and let you know why it is happening. And he found out he was posted there for 1 year. Before him, another person was posted for another year. Before him, another regiment was there, another person was there. Place was same, but persons were changing. They found out, but immediately they have record of everything. That is one thing. So they ultimately went back to 1700s. They found out that in 1770 or so, when Queen of Russia was having similar kind of tea with Queen of England, at that point of time, somebody shot a bird in the sky. So a bird fell at that point. At that point, they didn't know what happened. They immediately asked some soldiers to please keep standing there, something that should not fall. Since 200 years, that person is still standing there, guarding against a bird which will never fall. So traditions are traditions. We must use our logic. We must use our imagination to find why things are happening the way they are. Why things are happening. Why things are being done in that way. Where is the order? Where is the logic? Once you discover the logic, once you discover the real reason why things are being done in such a way, then I can say half of the problem will be done. So I just shared some of my thoughts. I find that most of them may be of some use to you. With these words, it goes. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir, for his address. Really this course, this is the last moment where we will distribute the certificates. And I request sirs to deliver the certificates. Alumni. Sir, he will also. Both of you, sir. Both of you. Half. It is CIPS. All the materials, training materials, PowerPoints, etc. Your address, telephone number, photographs have been included in the CD, and hope you will get benefit from this workshop. Okay, now we are calling one by one. Vinod Kumar Singh, and at the same time we are offering coffee, farewell coffee, and okay, Vinod Kumar Singh. Matiur Rahman, Assam, from Assam. Sudip Kumar Desbolwa from Assam. Abod Narayan Prasad from Jharkhand. T.K. Mukherjee from WBCSC. Arun Kumar Bhattacharya, Joint Director Rationing. Purna Chandra Sheikh, Joint Secretary Food and Supplies Department. Pradeep Kumar Bhattacharya, Director of Storage. Anandamohan Chakraborty, IAS Additional Secretary of Food and Supplies Department. Sri Saurabh Narayan Mandal of API Food Processing Industries. You will take it? Sunudria. Srimati Kaveri Reed, Food Processing Officer. Valindranath Mitra, he has not come, he is not present. But anybody will take? Shamal Kumar Singh, Joint Director of Rationing. Ashok Sinha. Raju Mukherjee. Shaman Mandal, PS2 MIC Food and Supplies Department. Hope that we will help and help the department in implementing the schemes. Purna Mitra, Joint Director of Rationing. Shubhashish Palit. Is the junior most participant of Food and Supplies Department, and we expect something from him. Youngest. Sri Krishnendu Sadhu Khan, Joint Secretary Food and Supplies Department. T.K. Koshal, Joint Director Rationing, and Jamini Kumar Koito, Joint Director Rationing. DDPS. Jamini Kumar Koito, Joint Director DDPS. অসীম বসু, জয়েন্ট ডিরেক্টর অফ কনজিউমার গুডস, বিএন মালাকার, জয়েন্ট ডিরেক্টর অফ রাসরি। হ্যাঁ,
যেটা নিলে এই বাড়ির মিত্রটা দিয়ে দাও না, বাড়ির মিত্র।
হ্যাঁ,
বাড়ির মিত্র
বিএন মালাকার
Hey, who will take the Malakar? Malakar certificate? বৈদ্য সাহেব পেয়েছো? সিলি দিয়ে দিচ্ছি।